What's up, y'all? Back again with another video. Gonna talk about this is really not a trading video, right? Or like just investing video. It's a little different. Welcome to my channel, first of all, where I talk about how to profit off of the psychology of markets. You're probably thinking like, what the hell? What does that mean? What does it mean to profit off the psychology of markets? Well, I think even more importantly than technical analysis, understanding and developing an intuition into markets on how people think and how people act in markets, I think it's key. I think it's more important than understanding like support and resistance on charts and knowing MACD and asymmetric triangles, where it's gonna break out, right? Like all that shit is easy. A monkey can do it. And if you're spending like 10 hours a day learning how to, just staring at charts, trying to find these patterns, you're spending way too much time. And that's what I'm talking about in this video today, is time. Time. We all get only 24 hours a day. How are you spending your time? What are you doing with your time, right? Like you really have to take an assessment of yourself. You have to look in the mirror. And when it comes to trading, speaking of which, the mirror indicator is the best indicator in being profitable. You know why? Because you get to look right at yourself. You see yourself, and you have to understand what you're doing wrong in the markets if you're not profitable. Or hell, not even if you're not profitable, if you're just not in the right frame of mind, right? You need to have that mirror indicator. So, what are you doing with your time, right? Like, eventually everything there. That saying where they say it can be too much. You can have too much of a good thing, right? Make sure this guy stops. You can have too much of a good thing, right? So if you're the type of person that day trades, right, or even investing or swing trading, right? If you're sitting in front of the computer, well, I'd say day traders, you have to sit in front of the computer all the time, because that's your venture, right? Like you have to be in there all day. So, whoever's a day trader, that apply. They're on a different set of rules, right? They're on that venture. They're in it, right? They're dug deep. They're in it. They're in the game. You have to be in the game because your time frame is minute by minute, right? But say for an investor or like a swing trader, if you're a swing trader or if you're a long-term investor and you're sitting in front of a computer looking at charts 10 hours a day, 8 hours a day, I used to do that shit. And I remember I used to sit in front of the Thinkorswim platform on my computer, and I used to just chart all day. I used to draw lines, learning about technical analysis, Fibonacci retracements, right? All this shit. I'm not saying it's not good to know. I mean, it can help, but once you learn it, I think once you learn it, you have to take kind of a step back and understand, okay, I know the skills now. I know how to place a trade, right? I use these tools to place a trade. But how am I going to use the rest of my time? Like, what is your goal in life? Like, we all want to get rich quick, right? We all want to make money and just get a shit ton of money to live the life of our dreams. But at the same time, life is precious. Time is precious. Like as for me, in my younger years, in my 20s, You know, you think you're invincible. You think you have all the time in the world, which is, it's natural. But as you get older, especially for people that are older, right, late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, right, and you're watching this, and you're tied up in front of a computer, trying to build your wealth, right? You have to step away, right? And I didn't find myself to be, not say profitable, but like I didn't find myself to be in like a greater state of mind until I stepped away from the monitors, from the screens, right? I know it sounds weird. I know it sounds counterproductive, but you have to understand that taking a step back, it helps clear your mind, and you have to have activities that you do, or things that you do, or other hobbies, right, that help get your mind off trading. Because time and time again, I see people get obsessed with trading, right? Especially if they're doing well, right? There's times in the market where you do have to hunker down, right? This is not like a blanket like prescription, right? I'm just saying there are exceptions, and there are times when the markets are just very very favorable for you to sit in there and dig down and really extract profits, right? But then you have to recognize the times like 2022 when the trade's just not there. The easy trade is not there. And for you to sit there and try to trade this market, it's kind of egotistical. You're letting your ego get in the way. You think you can make money in any market, right? Which you probably can. I'm not saying that you can't. There's people that do it. But why make it difficult? Especially if you've been doing this for a while, right? Especially if you've been doing it for a while, you have to get to a point where you when you get to a point where you understand market cycles, and you understand your style of trading and in what market it works in, right? When you understand these things, let these people cross. When you understand these things, and oops, trying to be concentrated here. Kids crossing the street, but all right. When you understand the market cycles, and you can really know where your style shines, right? Then there's no reason to sit in a market that doesn't cater to your market's style. And honestly, I'd say 90 to 99% of the strategies out there work great in raging bull markets when the market trend is up. 90 to 99%. Now, what strategies do work in a market like this? Well, if you understand options, like I do, I've been trading options for a while, and you have to understand that selling options is a great strategy. It's a very boring strategy, and it doesn't take a lot of work. You don't even need to do technical analysis. You just sell options. I primarily sell puts. Puts and strangles are my just that's makes up my strategy of selling options, right? I don't do spread. I do spreads at times, but I just hate spreads, like credit spreads, because it requires you to sit in a trade longer than I would like, right? And usually the profit doesn't really come get secured until like the last couple of weeks, especially in this high volatility market. So usually your spread just doesn't decay because you're out of the money call option, the further out of the money part of the spread, is decaying with, your closer to the money, sell to open option, right? So it's just like, anyways, I digress. But anyways, I'm just saying, in a high volatility market, you understand, okay, I can, for me, I can be like, okay, I need to switch my style. I'll just sell some option premium. It's not glorious, it's not sexy, right? But it works. Covered calls, selling puts, especially selling puts, man. You could do that and you could just keep rolling. I love selling puts because you could just keep, even if it gets in the money, you could just keep selling them. Keep going further out in time, keep selling them, right? Eventually one day it'll come back. And then it'll be a great trade, right? Because you collected so much credit. The longer it stays, and I can just keep selling month after month after month after month and collect credits in this high volatility market, beautiful. So, anyways, kind of went on a tangent there, but on options. But you have to have activities or hobbies in place that help you use your time and get your minds off the market, because when the market turns and when things get bullish and savagely bullish, you want to have a fresh mind. You don't want to be beat up by all this chop. You don't want your morale to be down because you lost so much money trying to time this chop, right? Because that's what this chop is for. It's here to take the money from the impatient and the people that from the people that don't understand their strategy and how it, and what market it really shines in. For those people that don't understand that and try to trade every market with the same strategy and try to profit every single day, this chop, this will kill you. This will kill accounts, right? This will weed out the people that don't understand markets. And that's why I say you have to understand the psychology of markets, right? This chop is in direct relation of how people are feeling about this market, right? It's very indecisive. Nobody knows what's going to happen, right? You got rising inflation, you got war, you got oil going skyrocketing, commodities, right? It's all crazy, right? And people are just don't know where to put their money. People saying real estate's rates are going to be higher, right? They're speculating 6, 7, 8% interest rates for mortgage interest rates, 30 years. So people are freaking out. You know what I do about all that? I just disconnect. You know what my days consist of right now in 2022? I go to the gym for as long as I want. I hit the sauna, the steam room, the jacuzzi, right? I book massages. Oh man, I got another one this week. Self-care, right? Got a haircut scheduled. It's been a while. So go get my nails done. Just petty manny, I don't get them painted. But it's just, you just take the time and enjoy it. Planning a trip, take vacations, man. Take some time and enjoy life. Go travel. That's why you do this, right? When you can really bank, maybe some of you aren't there yet, and that's totally understandable. I used to be there. So, but when you get to that point, when you're grinding, right? It probably makes sense to keep grinding right now, especially if you haven't really made much profit or if you're losing money. But you have to stay focused, right? And understand this. But once you get to a point and you're making money, right? In a savage bull market where your strategy works and you're just collecting, where you're just thinking like, my God, it's so easy. That's my favorite type of market. And when that ride is over and you secured those profits, don't stick around. I mean, keep your long-term investments, whatever. But if you're trading short-term swing trading, stop out. Like eventually you're gonna have to stop out and pertaining to whatever strategy you use, follow it. All strategies work. The problem is that people don't pay attention to the mirror indicator, like I mentioned earlier. People don't look at themselves. People want to blame a different indicator for their loss, or why this news report came out and tanked the stock and now they lost money. Doesn't matter. It's all because of you. You got to understand that it's you. So look at that mirror. That's the number one indicator. Understand that you are the reason why you lost money or why you gained money, right? So, but in times like this, if your strategy, if you don't have a diverse strategy, right? And this comes over time, right? Like just getting a long-term experience to be able to switch strategies in different markets, right? Like when 2020 and 2021 was running rampant. Oh my God, this kid. 2020 to 2021 was rampant, and it was just easy to profit in this market, where it was like, my God, you could just reach your hand and just pull out a handful of cash. That's what it was like. It was crazy. Like those type of markets don't come often, but when it does, you have to be in tune and be ready for them and know your strategy, right? And be confident in your strategy and have a clear state of mind in order to trade it. Because when you do, oh my God, and all cylinders are firing, it's amazing. But when you have a market like this, put on a different strategy for this market. Like if you're selling options, right? Sell some options. You don't have to sit in front of the computer. You gotta wait a month for that shit to come in and see where you are in the, as far as profit. If you're not profiting, in that trade, roll it out. Put it on in the next month, right? And that's it. You're done. Monitor it, like, obviously monitor it every day. Once a day, but that takes a quick glance on your phone. You don't have to fire up the desktop platform and chart on this, right? You don't have to do all that. So, that's all I want to say, man. Like, you have to understand how markets work and how your strategies work, right? And you have to be in a great state of mind in order to be able to profit when the market is on a run, right? That's the key. So I hope this video helps. Went a little long, 18 minutes. Woo! All right, guys. But take care. If you have any questions, post them below. Hopefully that helps.